Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Coach Lee, and
Hi, 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 Surya.
we're working on speech anxiety, and I have Ashwarya with me. Say hello, Ashwarya.
Hello, everyone.
And Ashwarya, reason I was talking, let me get my notes up here. Uh, Got to get down to the S's, pardon my French. Uh, yeah, she wrote an email that in which she said that she was still having blocks sometimes, and that I didn't like hearing because there's no reason to have a block if you know how to avoid it. And so obviously she didn't know how to avoid it. So that's why I wanted to talk to her. Now I'm still trying to get to her notes. I'm getting close. Uh, yeah, here she is. Okay. Last time I talked to you was April 30th,
Yes.
and you hadn't had any bad incidents in a week or more,
Mm-hmm.
and you had done a job interview that was all working well. You were planning your words. And then I have down here, no, then I had, that was April 16th. Then on the 30th we met, and you said that you did have one bad the last week, and you got stuck on the word secure, and it snowballed. Now, uh, and then after that, you went to Prathusia, which I asked you to do.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
thought I thought that, basically you were finished. And there was nothing wrong. Prathusia's perfectly capable of handling this. But,
Yes, coach. But I think I am having issue to overcome my stuttering completely. So I'm
yeah,
still working on it.
well, um,
Sometimes I,
that email you said you'd had a bad incident. And so that's why I said you shouldn't be, if you know, look, there's only two ways to have a bad incident.
Mhm.
One is getting stuck on an individual word that's hard to say. But if you know crutches 1 through 8, you don't need to know them all. It's good to know them all, but I mean, if you know a few of them, there's no word that you can't say. There never will be. So so first thing we want to talk about is, was it one word that triggered it? The other thing is carrying a conversation. Even though you can say any single word, that doesn't mean you couldn't have a problem with a conversation unless you have a speech plan that you have practiced using. And the minute you feel pressure, you start speaking in your speech plan. And as long as you speak in your speech plan, you should have no bad incident. And now, if you're defining something that's not a bad incident as bad, that's almost as bad as having a bad incident because you think it's bad when it isn't. So it's very important that you not be classifying minor mistakes, like if you repeat a word once in a while, like I'm doing right now, that I am not sounding like, I'm not doing enough of that to sound speech disabled.
Yes.
So, or if I block a little bit, what's your name, Lee? That by itself is not enough to be a speech bad incident. So it's very important that you not classify bad as something that isn't bad as bad. So coming back to the question, um, in your email, and I can't remember exactly what you said, but you'd had a bad incident. So I'm going to
Yes.
ask you,
Yeah.
have you had any bad incidents since? And if not, can you tell me about the bad incident that you referred to in that email?
Sure. So I joined a new job
Okay,
two
good.
weeks ago. Yeah. And it was all a very new environment. And they just asked me to introduce myself. And I started hello. And then I was like, I'm stuck. And then
Okay, where was this? Where was this? This
it
was on a
was
computer? Was this on a computer or was this in a
no,
meeting?
it was on site, but
All
almost
right, so, and
15
when was it? How long ago?
last week.
Okay, last week. All right, let me write this down. Uh, last week, bad at work, um, saying name, etc. All right, now tell me what, so you blocked on the name and then the conversation didn't go well after that. Is that it?
Yes, coach. Yeah. At that time, I became very anxious and I started to sweat like anything. And
Okay,
then I
that's, look, it's
called
understandable
an
that if,
administration.
look, it's understandable. It's not a crime and you shouldn't feel guilty or bad or anything else. You just need to say, what should I have done that would have avoided the problem? Now, can you tell me what you should have done that would have avoided the problem?
Yes. So I should have made some sound and then said, hi, everyone. I'm Aishwarya. So I could have linked it or
What is your, that's how you would have used a sound as an example, to say your name or whatever the word was that you were hung up on. What speech plan would you have used after you said that word? What speech plan would you have used for the rest of of what you had to say?
so I have been using speech plan 8, 9, and 10. I am using these three interchangeably to have a conversation.
Tell
So
me what your speech
sometimes,
plan is. What is it? What do you think? Tell me what you think.
so I could have
You don't
used
think eight,
voice
nine, or 10.
modulation.
You don't think
Yeah,
Ash, you don't think 8, 9, or 10. You think something specific. What do you think? You
voice
don't think the
modulation.
number 8. The number 8 means nothing. 9 means nothing. 10 means nothing. What do you think when you're using your speech plan?
I should not plan my words.
No, no, you don't have a speech plan. That's the truth. You don't have one. You don't have one.
No, coach, I use
It's not enough to think you shouldn't plan your words. That's what you shouldn't do. I'm asking you what you should do. You
humbling
shouldn't
star.
stutter
I
either,
have been
but that's
using
not a
that.
solution. You don't think, oh, I won't stutter. That's not a solution. I shouldn't stutter. That's not a solution. The solution is you have a speech plan. You think specific things that you should be doing. Now, let's go back to the basics. Make it real simple. Short, link,
Stop.
stop. That's what's in your mind. Short. What does short mean? What does it mean?
2 to 3 words.
1 to 3 words or so. What does or so mean?
Or so is, it can be up to 6 to 7 words.
Yeah, something like that. And we don't count the words, so it's roughly. But basically, no. I want you right now to start speaking to me, in short increments of words. Now, what keeps an increment of words short? What keeps it short?
What keeps it short? Okay.
A stop.
Stop. So after
A stop.
2 to 3 words, full stop, then
stop. What does stop mean? How long do you stop?
Stop is okay. 1 to 2 seconds.
Yeah. What's 1 second? How long is that?
1001.
Okay. What's 2 seconds?
1001 and 1002.
Good. Now, you talk to me right now using short increments of words with stops of at least 1 second. Right now, you speak to me in short increments with 1 second stops. And what else do you do? There's one other thing you got to do. What is it?
Smile. Passion.
No. You got to link. Link.
Link the words. Say all words as one.
I can't believe that I didn't make this clear to you. Or that
No, coach.
So I'll take the blame. I'm going to take the blame. It's got to be my fault.
No, coach.
You're a nice girl and you do it.
My fault.
And my money is on you. I believe in you. So it's got to be, I didn't mess, I wasn't clear. Short link stop. Now, look.
Linking is say all word as one.
Yes, linking is all words as one. Same thing. Humming, same thing. Humming goes through the words. It's like you're singing. How are you? Now I take away the melody. How are you? Say that.
How are you?
Where are you going?
Where were you going?
Will you help me?
Will you help me?
May I help you?
May I help you?
My name is Ashwarya.
My name is Aishwarya.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
I'm new on this job.
I'm new on this job.
But I'm so happy.
But I'm so happy
to be here.
To be here.
And to meet you.
And to meet you.
I love to speak.
I love to speak.
Especially at work.
Especially at work.
To you.
To you. Coach, I also added this to my positive affirmations, but still, I think I have to focus more.
Look, Ash. Short link and stop. Short all words as one stop. You need to do this
24/7.
24 hours a day. Until it's like you know it like the back of your hand. It's got to be easy to do under pressure. Look, Ash, the minute you prove to yourself that you can do this at work or anywhere else, the problem is going to start to die. It's going to break up. It's going to vaporize. You're going to wonder why you ever had a problem. It won't be overnight, but it will happen. But as long as you don't know this speech plan and don't do it, you're right back where you started. And you're not exactly there, but more or less you are. We can't have it. We cannot have it. We cannot have even one. You can make mistakes all day long. You always will. You're a human being. You're not going to avoid making mistakes in your speech too. So what? That doesn't mean you appear speech disabled.
Yes, coach. So last week I was very upset that, okay, did I again come back to square one or what happened to
Well,
me?
no, you didn't. You didn't go back there, but you didn't. You didn't fully leave it. But look, so much of life is about discipline. I shouldn't have an extra piece of pie. I shouldn't smoke. I shouldn't take drugs that are bad for me. I shouldn't be lazy. I shouldn't be mean. I shouldn't stay in bed beyond the time that I need to get up, and I should do my workout, and on and on and on. It's all about so much of it of doing well is about discipline. Discipline's hard for everyone. Hard for you. It's hard for me. It's hard for everyone. It's just different things are hard. You need discipline about your speech. You need to be using your speech plan every time you open your mouth.
Coach, that is where I am lacking right now. I am able to apply this outside in a grocery store or at a restaurant outside. But if it is a pressure situation, then I become completely mute.
That's,
I
that's look, you're not unique in that. Every stutterer suffers a similar situation. It's just a question of degree. And look, the fact is, you don't use your speech plan 24 hours a day, do you? You don't. Don't tell me you do, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
no, coach, no, I am not using it.
Okay,
Only
so
only
you got to do that. You
words
understand? You
and
have to do it. You can't take any time off. You get no time off. None. Until when? Until you can use it under pressure. It's look on the cover of my book. What do I say? If I can say it to me, if I can say one word,
if I can say one word
anywhere,
anywhere, any,
anytime, I can say any word,
anywhere, anytime.
anywhere, anytime. does, does that make sense to you or not?
Yes, coach.
Audiences don't change anything, Ash. They're all the same. It doesn't matter if it's one person, or it's an authority figure, or it's 1,000 people, it's a camera. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. You can speak, it's not a problem, but you got to do it all the time. And you got to play your recordings of yourself in your monotone when you sleep. I know that's maybe hard with a partner or whatever, I understand. So you do the best you can. You play your animated recordings during the day.
Yes, coach. I have been doing that
When are you going to be
ever
back?
since we started.
What?
I have been doing that ever since I started coaching with you.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good news. What you do right is good news. And of course, you've improved a lot too, haven't you? Hasn't your speech improved a lot?
Yes, coach. Definitely it has improved.
But
Before,
what we have to say is, unfortunately, When it comes to appearing speech disabled, we can't allow any of it. It's got to be zero. We can't have 1%, much less 5 or 10 or any other nonsense. We can't have 1%. Appearing speech disabled. We can make mistakes, that's fine. We can block, we can do a repeat, we can have a silence, but we cannot appear speech disabled. So you say, well, I'm trying and when I'm at work, I can't do it. Well, that's because it's taking a little bit longer. So what are we going to do? You've admitted to me that you're not using your speech plan 24/7. You've admitted that.
Yes, coach. Yeah,
So
I'm not using it 24/7. Only if I'm
what do
stuck.
I have to do? Where is it you live? What do I have to do? Come chase you around your house with a broom? Is that what I have to
No,
do?
coach, no. I need to do this whatsoever, but I'm just applying it only at some places, but other times I forget
But
and I'm
it's
stuck. I'm
nonsense.
lost.
No, Ash, if you use it 24/7, you will be able to do it at work or anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's got to be second nature. And look, the greater the pressure, the shorter the increments, the tighter the links, the longer the stops. Now, treat me like we're at work. Treat me like we're at work.
Okay.
Okay. My name is Coach Lee. It's nice to meet you. What's your name?
Hello, Coach Lee. My name is Aishwarya.
And what are you going to do for us? What is your job?
So, okay. Sometimes it is hard to initiate. Nowadays, I'm using well, so, and then I'm starting a conversation.
You're not using short increments. You're not using 1 second stops. When will you start doing your speech plan?
Coach, I overcame few bad habits like eye blinking, jaw jerk, nodding my head, but still I'm having blocks. I will.
Whoa. A block means you can't say a specific word. If you can make a sound, you can say any word in the world. If you can go ah or there is no word you can't say. If you can say any word other than the block word, and you can say all words, when you're blocked, there's only one word, one syllable, one letter that you're blocked on. Only one. Every other word you can say. So you're going to be, you say, and, so, well, pizza. I don't care what you say, but any word will do. So, Ashwarya, and Coach Lee, George, sir. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. You know, you've heard me say at SAM meetings, because it's pertinent again here. Henry Ford, the inventor of the American automobile, said a great thing. He said, when I say I can or I can't, I'm right. Now, the minute you say I can talk here and I can't talk there, I can't talk to this person, I can't talk to that person, you're right. I can talk anywhere to any person. That's the difference. I can do it.
Yeah.
You say you can't, so you can't.
No, even I can do it,
All
but I
right.
have to apply
All right.
24/7.
And look, if you make your link short as you can, you're in
Yes,
for
coach,
this.
it is working. If I just say 3 to 4 words and stop, it is working.
And that's what you must do.
I have seen this evidently. So whenever I just have my plan and start conversation, it is working. I have seen that evidently. But if I don't apply my speech plan, I'm gone.
Well, listen, look, I love you. You know that. And I believe in you. I do. You know that. I've
Yes,
told you
coach.
that. I really do. But I'm very upset because you, by your own admission, are not practicing your speech plan. You're not using it all the time. You don't have a choice. You either use it all the time until you master it, or you're going to stutter on the day you die. Now, there may be other ways out. I don't know what they are. I hope there are, and I hope you can find them. But using our methods, you're not getting that. You're not finishing this until you do what I'm asking you to do right now. That means you gotta, when I say what's your speech plan, you're not gonna tell me 8, 9, and 10. You're not gonna say, I won't stutter. That's not a speech plan. A speech plan is short, length, stop. That's one plan. And you know, whatever your plan is, you gotta know it. And smiling will help. I told you, yes, we know that. So look, if you were thinking extreme pronunciation, you really focused on it, it'd be all you'd need to do. Say after me, I love
I love
to use
to use
extreme
extreme
pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Singapore,
Sing,
Singapore,
Singapore,
Switzerland,
Switzerland,
Swaziland,
Swaziland,
Ashwarya,
Aishwarya,
Coach Lee,
Coach Lee,
Prathusha,
Pratyusha,
Ravi.
Ravi.
I love to use
I love to use
extreme
extreme
pronunciation.
pronunciation.
Okay, just for fun, let's use that for a couple of minutes as a speech plan. All you're thinking is extreme pronunciation. Now, this does not prevent you from using crutch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 on a specific word. It doesn't prevent you from doing that if you wish to do so. If you don't wish to do so, you don't need to, fine, forget it. But pronunciation, once you've said the first word, if you will think extreme pronunciation, Ashwarya, you won't stutter, period. But your mind has to be full of it, 100%. It can't be thinking, oh no, I'm talking to my boss, this is terrible. It's not terrible. It's no different than talking to your dog or your cat, or to me, or to Prathusha, or to anybody else. It's all the same.
Yes, coach. So I am astonished by Nicholas from Finland. So he uses extreme pronunciation very well.
Who's that?
Nicholas,
Oh, oh,
Finland.
we
Yeah,
have several Nicks. The one from Italy or the one from
I think he's from Finland.
yes, Finland. Yeah, I know who you mean. He
Finland.
has a
Yeah,
long Greek name. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And so, I mean, that's why does it work so well? it's hard to do. It's difficult to pronounce every syllable and word ending. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
So I can't think about stuttering. I'm too busy.
Yes, coach. Yeah. So
Isn't that funny? Doesn't that make a joke of the whole thing? Your mind, when you make your mind busy doing something,
then we will
anything
not
else,
think about
you don't
stuttering
stutter.
at all.
If you walked into, if you hung up the Skype and walked across the hallway into another room, wherever you are, and there was a roaring fire, 10 feet tall, you'd be screaming, fire, 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 get the water, call the fire department. You'd be talking like a magpie because your mind would be so involved in the fire that your speech would be no issue whatsoever.
Yeah.
And this is when you use pronunciation in a smaller way, you're doing the same thing. So that's an option. But I don't want to confuse you, and I don't want to make it worse or more complicated or anything else. I'm simply saying there are options. You mentioned smiling, and with some people, all they have to do is smile, and it makes their whole speech so much easier they can't believe it. But it's hard to smile the entire time. But you're a natural smiler, and you have literally $1 million smile. Literally. You could bottle, if you could bottle that and sell it, you could retire. Everyone would like to have your smile. Everyone. And your eyes, they're this big. Everybody would like to have your eyes. They would. So, look, share the wealth.
Coach, I'm sorry, but I will apply. I am working on it, but sometimes I forget to use. That's why I'm still having.
Look, it's discipline. It's discipline. And until you do it until you do it every word under pressure, it's not going to work. Yeah. So
I am able to
should do it.
Overcome other situations, but in my workplace, I am unable to apply that.
That's the past. That's the old Ash Warrior, the old one.
Okay.
The new
From
one.
Today.
The new one, it doesn't matter if she's at work or talking on the radio or the television or the TV or on a street corner or talking to her pet. It doesn't matter where she is. Her ability to speak is the same everywhere because people don't change your voice. They just don't. Now, if you say I can't, well, that's a whole other story. Then you got a problem then. Well, if you want to say I haven't in the past, I'll accept that. But now I can't. Because I don't believe that for 1 second. And you shouldn't believe it either. Period.
Yes, coach. Yeah. If I apply my speech plan, it is working. I could see it evidently.
I would also say another thing. Trying to think of things that make it easier for you. Whispering. Can you whisper?
Coach, if I whisper, I could apply this to my friends, family, but at workplace, I tried this on day one, but
okay, forget it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just one way. Yeah, so what?
Yes, coach. So Humbling stop or short increments, it is working fine. If I apply it, I am able to talk fluently.
See, when about 10, 15 minutes ago,
Mhm.
when after you agreed to apply it, you started talking and you didn't talk in short increments. You didn't have 1 second stops. And you're thinking you're using your plan, but you weren't. I'm not using it now. Now I'll use it. Right now, I'm using your speech plan. And I can do it all day, every day, anywhere, with anyone, anytime. Nothing can prevent me from doing it except myself, and I won't do it. Period. If I can do it with you, I can do it here, I can
Everybody.
do it over here, and I can do it anywhere else. That's logic. I will not shut my mind down. Oh, I can't do it here. Why not? There's no reason. Because I'm nervous. You can be nervous and still do it. Short, length, stop. And the more you do it, you know what's going to happen? You're going to realize the crazy old fool is right. And then it's going to get easy. It's going to get easy. And you're going to do it. And then you won't need to do it at all. You can talk in a continuum, it won't matter.
Yes, coach. If I apply, I could see it evidently that I am not blocking at all. But if I don't apply and I start the conversation, then I'm stuck and forcing my word. I am able to see that.
Now, I want you to. Okay, when's the last time you sent me your affirmations? Do you remember?
Yes, coach. Every day I'm saying my affirmations.
When did you last time you showed them to me? Your affirmation. Are you using the ones from the book?
Yes,
Okay.
and sometimes I also add my own that I can talk in my workplace confidently, or yeah, I'll just add
Okay. Well, you
one
should.
or
Uh, you still need to say them 20 times each. Okay, you count them 1, 2, 3. You count them when you
yes,
say
coach. Yeah, yes, I do count it.
uh, now, okay.
I'm doing 1, 2, 3 punch daily, reading aloud for almost 2 hours,
Good.
doing auto suggestions 3 times a day, and also before having one-on-one with my manager, or if I have to give speech or update, I am telling my auto suggestions once, all 10. Still, coach,
Where were
I'm
you born? Where were you born? Where were
born
you?
in
Yeah.
Chennai, Tamil Nadu.
Chennai, you were born where Profusha
Yes,
lives. Oh
yes.
my
We
gosh.
both are, yeah, from the same area.
So you're kind of like 100% Hindu. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, I'm Hindu.
Your hair reminds me of her somewhat. You have beautiful hair too. She has the most beautiful hair. I've ever seen. You guys have incredible hair. And you guys have such a nice skin color too. It's sort of mellow, or something.
Brown, yeah,
It's
but
mulatto or something.
little bit.
It's creamy looking. It's really nice. You guys have some great features, I think.
Thank you, coach.
I've never been to India. I'm sure I would have a wonderful time. I would like those people probably.
Yes, coach. Yeah, I would like to invite you.
Well, I'm not much of a traveler anymore. You should have invited me 10 years ago. I might have come. Though Prathusha tried to get me to come and some others, but India's a long way, God almighty. Anymore, that's all I can do to get from Bermuda to New York. It's 700 miles.
Coach, will you come to America anytime?
I do come. I do go there a couple, 2, 3 times a year. I go to New York and I go to Washington D.C. I have 4 sons and 13 grandchildren, and I go see them. We have a family reunion in November. I go to that, and otherwise I go to New York for a few days here on occasion, or there, and I go to a doctor or I go to a play or something. But
This year, yeah, if you're coming, I would like to meet you in
well,
person.
I would love to meet you too. I would give you a big hug, just like a grandfather. I'm
Sure, coach.
older than
Yeah,
your
thank
grandfather.
you.
I'm older than your grandfather, probably.
Hugs to you back.
But I would, because you're a sweet girl, and it just kills me for you to have this problem. Drives me crazy. It really
Thank
does.
you so much.
It upsets
Before,
me.
coach, before meeting you in February, I used to feel bad about myself. I mean, I just hate myself for having all those facial contortions. Like, why
I
am
know
I
you don't want to mess that face up. You just want to smile like you do with me. That's all. You radiate joy. Shh, like that. With that smile, it's infectious. It spreads like a positive thing. Oh, it's wonderful.
before meeting you? I had inferiority complex. I hated myself.
Oh no. I know that's true because it's true. All humans, all normal humans, have inferiority complexes, and stutterers have bigger ones than most. And it depends on how much you stutter as to how big it is. And if you're stuttering enough, it can be monstrously big. And it's not necessary. But Ash, you got to realize when you speak in short increments, when you link all your words, you can't stutter, but you must stop for at least 1 second, 1001, and then continue. Speak as I am speaking now, short increments. The more pressure, the shorter the increments of words. The tighter the links, the longer the stops. You can do it. And when you prove to yourself that you can, it'll get much easier the next time. And every time after that, it'll get easier. Until after a while, you'll wonder, I don't know why I had a problem to start with. It made no sense. Never did make any sense. It makes no sense. When we stutter, we hold back. There's no point. For what? Why? You know, at Sam a while ago, I gave a talk about babbling. Did you hear that? I talked about babbling. Do you know what babbling is?
It is, yeah.
It's just talking nonsensically. It's just rambling along when you have nothing to say. You just keep talking. I don't know what I want to say. I have no message. I'm just talking. What a nice day. I want to go for a walk. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get my dog. Blah, 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 blah. I have nothing to say. That's babbling. And when we babble, we don't think. We just talk. Babbling is a good drill. There are other words for it. Prattle. Um, let's see, prattle. Um, I'm not thinking. There are a lot of words that relate to babbling that are similar. And it's just not thinking about anything you say at all. And really, that's what fluency is. People, they're carefree. They don't think about anything. They have a thought, and their brain does all the work. They don't interfere at all. And when you've been talking without having a problem for a while, it's easy to do. But you never think about the audience. You think about your thoughts. They can be nice thoughts, they can be helpful thoughts, they can be beneficial thoughts, they can be compliments, they can be lots of good things. But you're thinking about your thoughts, not about somebody's grading me or something.
Yes, coach. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes my thoughts switch. What will they think about my speech? Am I making some mistakes? No, all those go so that I'm unable to focus on my speech plan sometimes. So I
But
have been switching.
we gotta start taking the attitude. I can and I will focus on my speech plan all the time. I can and I will focus on my
Yes, coach. Yeah, I also have my auto suggestions in my as a wallpaper so that I can see it all the time.
well
And
look, um, it's important, I'm gonna go, but it's important that you do your speech plan 24 hours a day. You don't get any time off. You can, I don't, I don't know that you need to tell your husband or anybody else because they won't probably even notice
it
what
is.
you're doing if
Yes,
you
coach.
tell them.
That's true. Yeah. Even I
It's
just
crazy. You're working so hard and they don't even know you're doing it. But that's what it is. It's that simple. You know, we make everything so hard. Breathing is not hard. And let me tell you something, speaking is no harder than breathing. It requires no more thought than breathing. You say, well, I'm having to do more thought right now. Yeah, you are, because you dug a hole for yourself
yeah.
and climbed into it. Now you got to get out of the hole and then you'll be fine. That's all. So you're going to do it. I'll see you at Sam
So
and send me an email. Send me as many emails as you like. You know,
sure.
if you want to send me one at the end of the day, I did it today. How often do you go to work?
Every day, every day
Okay.
I go to
How
work.
often do you get a chance to talk to them? Was it your boss that was the problem or?
Yes, coach. So every day I have one-on-one with my manager.
I love it. I love it. That's great. I love that. That's wonderful. That's exactly what we need. The more that we get, the sooner we beat it. Oh, you're gonna love this. You go right up to that meeting thinking, oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to be the new Ash. I'm going to do the new Ash. It's going to be so much fun. Oh,
Coach, also I have one more question. So if others are asking me a question, I am unable to start like all of a sudden. Hey, Aishwarya, what was the update? Or yesterday, what did you do? And then I'm like all anxious, and I'm like,
well,
okay, how I would say.
because of what? Is it what you're saying that when you're asked a question, you're surprised and that creates a problem? Is that what
Yes,
you're
coach.
saying?
Yeah, at that time I'm starting with, well, and so all those, but I become too anxious that I'm unable to start with the speech plan.
Don't. Well, I mean, the more you use the speech plan, the more it becomes natural. You must use it enough so that it becomes your habit for now of the way you speak. And the stronger that habit becomes, the easier it is to block the stutter problem. So the habit needs to be automatic. Just like when you start talking now with somebody that's you think is a problem, you immediately the habit takes over. What you need short link stop to take over. And so it's not going to do that until you force it enough times so that it's the natural you. Now, and then you can use sounds to get started and connect things. You can use them softly. Well, I wanted to say this is blah 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 blah. I can take the first word and make it into kind of a sound. So
Yes,
what I
coach.
wanted to say is that blah 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 and da 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 da. So blah 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 blah. Again, it's 1 to 3 words. It's all I'm doing. I'm not giving a speech. And but you've got to be willing to think about the subject, your message. You can't. So it's just that because the stutter habit is automatic, it blocks you from saying the message. So you got to do the speech plan enough to beat the stutter habit. Don't let it get started, and then let your brain do what it does, what it naturally does, and just keep going using the speech plan. Don't sweat it. It's going to be fine.
Okay, coach. Yeah. After initiating conversation, I am able to apply my speech plan, but while initiating, I just get stuck or mm, block on words. So
Well, yeah, but we know how to handle every
yes,
word
coach,
is
is the
I would
same.
say this, that
Yeah.
until you're able to do this,
Mhm.
um, I wouldn't say anything that wasn't required to be said. If somebody says, "What's your name?" I wouldn't say, "My name is Ashwarya." I'd say Ashwarya.
Aishwarya.
You say, "Well,
Yes.
that's a problem." Well, I'd say, "Okay." Then I'd say, "Well, Ashwarya, Ashwarya." But I'm not going to say, "My name is Ashwarya." I'm not going to say things that aren't necessary to be said. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to. It's confusing. I will talk less as a general rule. I use. It's not that I'm avoiding talking. I'm avoiding saying what I don't need to say to keep the heat on me less. Until when? Until I don't feel heat. Eventually, when you've done it a bit, the heat will just keep dying down. But as long as you block out and have a problem, then the heat's going to be there.
True.
So if this is why you're doing it all the time, practicing it everywhere you go, you get no time off. And so, but you get better. The more you do it, the easier it is. And keep saying to yourself, I love to talk to my boss or my manager, whatever you call them. I love to answer surprise questions. My favorite thing, I love to answer surprise questions. Oh yeah. Put that
Yes.
in one of your
So I added these two in my mind training.
Good. It'll help. It'll help. And I'm glad you go to work every day. And I'm glad you have to talk to your manager every day. That's exactly what we need for you to be doing. Now, you talk less, yes. You use your speech plan, yes. Once in a while, you use a crutch on a block, yes, so what? On the whole, you're speaking less, short increments, long stops. You're smiling. It's working. Believe me, people don't change any of this stuff. It's all in there.
Yes, coach. As you said, discipline. I have to apply 24/7.
Exactly.
That is what I am missing right now.
So, okay, so when you're not, when you're, how many hours are you at work a day?
Morning 8 to 5.
Okay, so that's the day. So
This is my lunchtime. So yeah, that's why.
have you at work so far had any interludes where the speech was pretty good?
Um, yes, coach. So if I think about my speech plan before starting a conversation, I'm all good. But yeah, I'm all good. My speech would flow smoothly. But if I don't remember my
Yeah,
speech plan,
well, we can't do that anymore. Look, you
yeah,
can't.
and then I'll be stuck and I would avoid that situation. So yesterday we had a lunch meeting where everybody were having a conversation about July 4th weekend plans. All were talking, but when they asked me, what are your plans? What are you going to do? I was stuck. I said, well, and after that, I was unable to say a word. I was stuck and I became
But that's not
mute.
true. That's not true. You didn't say a word, but you were able to say one. You just
Yes.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
You're perfectly able to do it. Because if you can make a sound, you can say a word. You're only blocked on one word at a time, ever. And you can always say every other word. And you can make any sound. And you can smile as you do it. And you can think less, short, link, stop, and you can do it. You said, you admitted that sometimes when you think your speech plan, even at work, it works. You
Yes,
got to
coach.
be, but it's got to be something that's automatic. You never, it's like a garment, a shield or something that you never take off your speech plan. It never comes off until the day comes that you don't need it anymore. The weather has changed and you don't need it anymore. But for now, you wear it all the time. You're never off duty. You're never off duty. And you should I think you should send me a short email every day
Sure.
and tell me how it was good at work.
Okay, coach. I will. Yeah. This is my week 2.
Now I'm gonna post this session on YouTube for a few days, and I'm gonna send you a link to it. Then it'll go into the WSSA's library. You will have a link that will still work, hopefully indefinitely. You should probably watch this session a number of times.
Sure, coach. Coach, do you see improvement?
Do I what?
Do you see improvement in my
Of
speech?
course, of course. I listen, when I see you at Sam and I hear you at Sam, I wonder, I forget that you ever had a problem. I forget it altogether. I don't think of you as having a problem. And I was surprised to read your email and upset.
Sorry, coach. This
You're
new
going to beat
work
it. You're going to beat
environment.
it. You're going to beat it for both of us. Yeah. Because if you don't win, I don't win. I don't get paid unless you win.
Yes. I will show it in my action. Yeah, definitely.
So I need to be paid. So think about that too. So I got to do it for that crazy old man. I got to do it for him. I got to deliver this thing here. I want
Yes,
you
coach.
to love to speak like Berthusia everywhere, like a magpie. That's a bird that talks a lot, you
Yeah.
know.
She's a fast speaker. I mean, she just delivers it
I have
very
to put
quickly.
reins on her and like a horse and pull her back. But she just nailed it.
Coach, if I see so many PWS who overcame in like 2 to 3 months, I feel very bad about myself.
No,
Why it is
no,
taking
that come
such a
on.
long
Come on.
time?
Everybody's different. Everybody has a little different problem. I've had people that I've coached 100 times and they still stuttered. And so, I mean, and I wasn't as good a coach then. I'd be much better now. Um, I think some people, and I don't include you, I think some people want to stutter. And so it's a shield. It keeps them from having to socialize. And maybe it's subconscious or maybe it's conscious. It depends on them. But I don't think that's true with you. I just think that's a very strong habit that it doesn't want you to break it. It's like a horse that doesn't want to be broken, but they can be broken. Every horse can be broken, and every habit can be unlearned. Every habit can be unlearned. It just, some of them are harder than others. That's all. So you just have to keep going. And
Coach, to be honest, last week, after I had this bad incident, I opened my phone, saw your photo, and I apologized to you. Yeah, sorry, coach. I'm unable to, yeah, do this even after all your coaching sessions. I'm sorry. I just cried and then I was like, okay.
well, as you hear the more you read aloud, the more you listen to the more you talk in your stutter-free zones, the more you hear your recordings of yourself being fluent, and the more you talk at work successfully. And it's successful as long as it doesn't appear speech disabled clearly. Anything short of that is success. So, well, I was kind of choppy. That doesn't matter. It's you just can't wipe out. And you know what I mean by that. And that's where we draw the line. We got to stop that. But Everything short of that is win, 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 win. You've got a lot of wins here, don't you?
Yes, coach, definitely.
So let's count our blessings. Let's do some of that too.
Sure.
Look, you got everything's working for you. You're going to get on top of this. You just got to be a little more disciplined. That's all there is to it. Maybe a lot more disciplined. I don't know. I don't know, a little, a lot. You know, whatever it is, you got to do it. Whether it's a little or a lot or something in between, you got to do it.
Sure. After having this session with you, I feel even more confident. I will apply my speech plan in my workplace for the 8 hours.
I know you can do it. Speaking is fun, and the location makes no difference. The audience does not change your speech. You change your speech. Audiences are powerless in this area.
Okay, coach. Yeah.
So every day after work, you can send me a thumbs up or whatever. But I mean, you're really, some people work at home, as you know, and so they're on the spot, maybe an hour a day, not 8 hours a day. So you've got a bigger challenge there, and that's not easy. So I understand that. But the better that you can do when you're not at work, and the more you can do when you're not at work, the easier it will be at work. But I also said, I added the word less. That is to say, when you're under pressure, only say what you need to say. And that'll take some heat off you. Don't feel like you need to be the center of attention and doing all the talking in the group. You don't.
Yeah.
So I added the word less.
Okay.
Just to remind us that we're trying to keep the heat on you manageable. And remember, always keep saying to yourself in your idle time, I love to talk at work. I love to answer questions. The things that bother you are the things you need to keep repeating. Because in the final analysis, it's fun to talk at work. I can guarantee you Prathusha has a good time talking at work. I can guarantee it. And there's no reason you can't too.
Yes, coach. I have so many questions to ask them, but because of this hesitation and whether I will get locks or all these thinking,
But you keep this in front of you,
I am avoiding.
and you're going to ask some questions a
Yes.
little bit more every day. A little bit more every day. A little bit more every day. Okay, I gotta go. I got another call.
Okay, coach. Yeah. Thank you so much. I am very confident now. I will apply my speech plan every day, 24/7.
And
And I will send you a short update after my work,
okay,
how it went.
we can decide if next week or 2 weeks or whatever you want to chat again, we can do it. What if we chatted again tomorrow or a week from today or whatever? I'm going to say what I said today. It's not going to change much. The basic plan is what we've outlined here today. And I know you can do it, but it's all about discipline. When I speak in short increments, it's easier, period. When I link, it's easier, period. When I stop, I get a break, period. When I talk less, it's easier, period. This is the way you need to talk all the time until it goes away. And it will.
Sure, coach. I can do it.
I know you
I
can.
will not disappoint you.
I know you can. And I want to be there to celebrate with you, at least, virtually. I want to be there to celebrate.
Definitely, coach.
All right.
Thank you for your
So
time.
if you talk to Pratusha as much as you like. I mean, I in no way want to interfere with her. I'm going to send her an email, or I'll send you one and copy her, whatever, about today, and she'll look at this session too. So she'll know what I'm doing. So if you talk to her, she's not going to let you off the hook either.
Yeah. Okay, coach. Yeah.
We're both going to hammer you. All right. Go
Thank you,
forth.
coach.
Have fun.
Have a great rest of your day.
All right. You keep smiling and keep lighting up everybody's room for them with that smile. Okay.
Sure.
All
I
right.
will.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you, coach.
Bye-bye.
Bye.